Hey everyone, I'm Chris from K Adams Restoration, and today I'm going to share with you my 8 tips that I live by in my own furniture restoration business. So here they are. Number one, I'm always on the lookout for new projects. And I put that as number one because it's genuinely what I'm thinking about more than anything else. I'm thinking about what I'm going to be working on next. In my case right now, I'm not thinking about what I'm going to be working on next. I'm actually thinking about what I'm going to be working on in like 6 projects from now because I have like 5 dressers and this weird table that I got and I don't even know what it is. And the main reason that I'm always on the lookout for new projects is because that's how you get the best deals. Like the best deal may not come up right when you need one, but if you can plan ahead, you can find quality pieces that are what you're looking for, the style that you're looking for, and save some money on them. So number one, always look out for new projects. Number two, stick to your limit. So set a predetermined limit that you're willing to spend on projects. I know some people will set like a limit based on what the item is. I just have like a set limit for anything that I buy. It's right around $30 because most of what I buy is pretty it's in pretty rough shape most of the time because I'm restoring it. So my limit, like I said, is usually $30. Pick one that works for you. It's not necessarily a hard limit because sometimes a higher quality item will bring about a higher price, like a higher sale price in the end. So it might be worth the investment to spend a little more on it. But just in general, I try to stick to $30 for my own business. Number three, from the beginning, before you buy anything, you want to determine the maximum sale amount for whatever you're buying. Meaning, like for instance, number three, before you even buy a project, you want to determine what the maximum sale amount is for the piece. So, for instance, if you buy something for $60, but the maximum amount you can sell it for is like $120. The initial investment plus your time and materials, it may not be worth working on that. And so I always am thinking about that, like first and foremost. If I do buy this, how much can I sell it for? Is it going to be worth my time and investment? Number four, you want to make sure that you know your customer and your area. So pay attention to your demographics because some items sell better in different areas. So where I live is a very rural area, and we like the closest larger cities, they're both of about 200 or 300,000 people. They're both 2 hours away. So everything around me, like I said, is it's full of a lot of different rural communities. So I have to take that into account when I am buying pieces. I try to stick to things that everybody needs, no matter where they live. I like to do a lot of dressers. I do desks from time to time. I don't do chairs very much just because I've had a hard time either like selling them or like just making the amount of time it takes to work on them worth it. So like I said, I usually stick to dressers, tables, just things that I know everybody's going to need. And then going back to number 2 or 3, I always stick to my limit and I determine what I can sell it for in the end before I make the investment, because if you can't sell it, it's worthless. Number 5, I always choose high quality wood pieces. I don't buy anything that's not wood. I'm not an expert on working with metal, number one, so I don't usually buy anything that's metal. But when I say buy high quality wood pieces, I'm referring to don't buy anything that is like engineered wood or particle board. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the time that you're going to spend working on it. You're not going to be able to make it look as good as you're going to be able to make something wood, this real wood look. So just stay away from anything that is not real wood. Number 6, I always try not to overextend myself, and I mean that in a financial sense. I try with my pieces to not get in a place where I need to sell something immediately. For instance, my last piece, it took me about a month to sell, but I sold it at full price. So if you are buying high quality wood pieces, doing really good work, adding exceptional design into whatever you're doing, and then setting fair prices, there shouldn't be a whole lot of need to come down on your prices or negotiate with people. Your work should speak for itself. Or I try to make sure that my work speaks for itself. and that it's worth someone buying. And so with the last piece, after it didn't sell for a week or two or three, I very easily could have started lowering the price until somebody was willing to buy it. But I knew it was a great quality piece. I knew that it would sell when the right buyer came around, and I wasn't in a hurry to offload it. And because of that, I sold it at full price, maximized my profit, and it was such a great piece that somebody was willing to drive 2 hours from a nearby city to come pick it up from me. So number 6 is really important to me. Don't overextend yourself so you're not in a hurry to sell things so you don't lose profit. Number 7, track all of your expenses. I have an Excel spreadsheet. I know how much every single thing costs me, down to the piece of sandpaper, how much paint costs per ounce, any kind of fluid that I use, whether it is paint, stain, polyurethane, even mineral spirits. I know how much that costs per ounce so that I can add the total amount of materials that I use to the cost of the projects and know how much it actually costs me. So it's really important to track all of your expenses and then assign them to different projects. Things like paintbrushes or just general tools. You can't add that to the cost of your project, but you do want to track all of that as an expense for doing business as well. So it's really important to keep up with your expenses. That kind of tells you what types of projects have brought the best return on investment. They can shape your future acquisitions when you're going out to pick pieces to work on. So it's really important to keep up with your expenses. And then number 8 is the most important thing. Always work on things that you're passionate about. If you go to pick furniture and you see something that's a great price but you don't really like it, don't buy it. There's no need to. Pick furniture styles, design that you're passionate about. For instance, I really love mid-century modern furniture, so everything in my shop right now is mid-century modern. That's not because I exclusively work on it, but for instance, I told you earlier, I have 6 projects lined up. And so the only type of piece that I would buy right now with that much inventory out there that hasn't been finished yet is something that I'm really passionate about doing, and something that I just don't feel like I can pass up. So work on things that you're passionate about. If you are passionate about a piece or a particular design, it's gonna show through in the finished product, and you're gonna have a lot more fun working on it. And if you're not having a good time, there's no need to do it. So I try to really pay attention to how I'm spending my time, because time is our most valuable resource. I am married and I have 2 kids. We have 2 kids, me and my wife. And so anything that I work on is taking time out of my life. And so I want it to be worth it. So I don't work on anything that I'm not passionate about, so anything that I don't just absolutely love. These are my 8 tips for running a furniture restoration business. If you would like to turn your passion for design or furniture restoration into a side hustle or a business, make sure that you hit the subscribe button to follow along with all of my furniture restoration projects and to get tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you in your furniture restoration business. Bye guys.